Oh God, guys, I had to do this for my own sanity. I can't go to bed without hearing what you lot are thinking. I really can't. I cannot go to bed without hearing what you lot are thinking. Literally, I've just done my match review. I've literally just posted it, so please go check that out, where I go more in depth with the game in general. This is about the situation. Get involved in the comments, guys. Let's see right from here. So Hardy says, thanks for Albion, but enough is enough. Gone. George says, time to go. Neil says, Big Sam in. You know what? Someone joked about that at work today. It's not much of a joke now, is it? Adam says, gone out. Ian says, has he gone yet? Luke says, same mistakes all the time. Ramsey says, Fosun and gone out. Alfie says, it's sickening now. Neil says, all right, Dan, how you doing, Neil? You good? Urago says, out. Paul says, gone. Chloe says, all players have gave up on gone. He has to go. Matt says, Dan, mate, someone informed me a few days ago that he was on the brink and then during the match confirmed that he's getting sacked, hopefully. Adam says, shite, mate, defended him too long. Luke says, players are all low on confidence. Neil says, gone, should have gone last season. Alfie says, just depressing, it's sickening now. Jack says, let me speak the truth. Go ahead, Jack. This is your time, bro. This is your time for everyone, guys. I want to get everyone to be as vocal as you want. As vocal as you want. Use this as your therapy right now as a Wolves fan, because let's be honest, in Fosun's tenure, this is without doubt the worst season so far. And it's not even close. Let me say that. It's not even close. Where did we get to? He better get the sack, says Ian. Or Lane, rather. Neil says, okay, Dan. Phil says, Gary. Matt and Jeff are destroying our club. Go Pete says, just a woeful, pathetic display, lacking any shape, tactical awareness, and a void of any passion. Couldn't agree more. Potter in, please, I beg. This is the thing now. Like, okay, we're going to talk about it. Talk about the elephant in the room. So, I think Gary O'Neill's gone. By the way, I do. I can't see how you lose 4-0 to a side that's barely scored all season, beaten comfortably, by the way, against Ashley Neal. Ashley Neal? Who the fuck am I on about? Ashley Young. Might as well be Ashley Neal. You know what I mean? It might as well be Ashley from fucking Corrie at this point. Jesus Christ. Oh, I see, Ashley. How does this even happen, guys? Can anyone please tell me how the fuck this has happened? We've gone from being a club that was getting into Europe to being a club that's like scraping the barrel. Oh my God, we won Fulham. Yes, I'm naming me kids after whoever scored the winner. Are we mental? Are we nuts? Serious question. There's 1,000 of you here right now. 1,000 of you here right now. I couldn't give a shit about whatever you're doing right now. Get involved, man. Get this off your chests. Get this off your chest. I'm telling you now, it will do you a world of good. I'm trying to go through as many comments as possible. There's fucking loads. I'd love to see it. Mystic Kev says, time to go. Goodbye, O'Neill. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. So Alfie says, Potter in, please, I beg. Look, what managers are we going to attract now? What managers are we going to attract? We're going to attract the managers that aren't bothered about a club being relegated in their tenure. They're not bothered about that. All they care about is just another notch on the belt. That's all they care about. That's the only managers we're going to attract now. Just managers that want to add more shit to their CV. There's nothing. We're not going to attract Graham Potter, guys. Do you know what I mean? Graham Potter, he'd rather work in Asda now, stacking shelves than deal with his shit, and I wouldn't even blame him. When the away fans start singing "Nuno Has a Dream," I noticed that. By the way, if anyone's here and they're watching, and they're listening in your cars back on the way back from Merseyside, let me know, man. What was it like today? Because the away fans looked like they were proper going for it, and the team just didn't react at all. First game I've been able to see in ages, and my God, I don't even know if I want to see another game under GON. Dude, that's what it's been like all season, Sheps. All season, that's what that's been like. Since Brentford, I've wanted this guy to go. And even me was delusional to think that a Fulham win and a Southampton win and a draw against Brighton away were enough to save this guy after all of the shit that we've been going through. And it's not just him. It's not just him. It's also our absolutely god awful chairman. Awful chairman. Worst. I actually think we've got the worst chairman in the Premier League. Genuinely. The most stubborn guy I've ever had the displeasure of being in the same room as. Genuinely horrible. The most cold bloke in the world. Absolute shambles. All of this iPad coach was probably applying for the PE teacher job. You know what? Yeah. I don't blame Gary O'Neill for going for this Wolves job. I don't blame him for going for this job at all, And he's shown when he's got a team that's really listening and really buys into the idea and everything's going well, he's shown that he actually is a good coach. However, when things get bad, he is not the guy you want in the trenches next to you. Do you see what I'm trying to say? This is the problem. We don't have a manager that actually can get us out of the shit. That's the problem. And since Brentford, that's been the issue. To be honest, let's be honest, since Coventry, this has been an issue. Coventry, last season. I honestly don't think we should blame Hobbs. Oh, absolutely not. But the one bloke, I'm sorry, but the one bloke in our club that's actually got legs to stand on is Hobbs, by the way. Shout out to the travelling fans, definitely, yeah. Jose Sarr is a problem. Look, I have spoken in depth for as long as I've had a voice on YouTube to speak about Wolves. I have spoken in depth about this guy, man. This guy literally is the most calamitous, most awkward guy in his goal. Like, how your defenders can be thinking, right, if that goes past me, sound, he's got it. If the corner comes in, he's got it. None of them are thinking that. They're all shitting themselves. That's why we're conceding so many goals from crosses. That's why we're conceding so many goals from set pieces, because none of them trust the goalkeeper to claim the ball. So they all try and get their head to it, which leads to an enormous, like, doggy pile of blokes trying to head the same ball. How do they grow their fan base when the club is so bad? I'm an American fan. Listen, thanks very much for anyone who's from across the seas or whatever tuning in and whatever. That's great. But it's got nothing to do with the club. Look, listen, the club itself is a great club. The fans are the best you'll ever meet in your life, right? The ground is great to be at. The fact that when it goes buzzing, Molineux is class. It's awesome. You know what I mean? The city, despite what a certain Chelsea player said, is cracking. I teach in Wolverhampton, and there's some really, really nice areas in Wolves. It's a good club with a lot of history, and it deserves a lot more than this absolute dross that we're getting recently. Dross. Chloe thinks that the job is attractive enough for Potters. I don't think it is, You can't go from being absolute top dog at Brighton to being at Chelsea and, just not delivering, to then being at Wolves and trying to do a relegation battle. And the thing is, even if we did get Graham Potter, what's he going to offer? He's not going to offer us defensive stability. We need a boring manager. We're not having Gareth Southgate. I'd rather me manage them than Gareth Southgate. Jesus Christ. Dan Hobbs, Matt Hobbs' interview in the Telegraph about talking a number of defenders and loaning out Hugo and selling Kilman were laughable. Mate, all of that's PR. That's PR. Basically, they get told what to say by the head hierarchy. Do you really think they've got full reign of what they want to say to the press? Why do you think there's never anything live? It's all rehearsed. What I'm telling you now is live. So it's coming right from here and right from here. What they tell you is rehearsed. Do you understand? So it doesn't matter what they say in the press. What they actually want to say is completely different. What they actually want to say is, I'm doing my best with what I've got. This is just absolute joke. If we're selling Kilman, we need a defender. But you can't do that, because then you come across unprofessional, and then no club's going to touch you with the barge pole. That's the problem. This is what happens when we keep selling all our best players, says Ashley. The thing is, yeah, okay, look, we've sold Neto, yeah, and he's doing bits at Chelsea, fair play to him. But, like, Neto isn't going to help at this point. Neto's not going to help at this point. We could have Neto in this team today, we still lose 4-0. Because Neto wasn't good at getting back to defend, and that's up to him. That's not his job. I get it, but the issue is at the moment is our defence. You can say, "Oh well, Kilman this, Kilman that." Did you see him last night against with playing for West Ham? Did you see him last night playing for West Ham? My God, genuinely the worst person I've seen in person. Listen, if you were there today, guys, fair play for being there. Fair play, man. We absolutely have, Dan. He's basically a shit bomb villain. I'm just talking about our lovely owners, our wonderful, wonderful owners. Right, I'm look. There's so many comments here. I'm really trying to keep up, guys. Look, from now on, I'm going to keep up. Okay, so we're looking at the ones that I can see from the first screen. A Kenny Jackett style manager is needed. David Moyes has to be the man for this job, 100%. But knowing Wolves, we will sack him tonight or tomorrow, and Sean Derry will take charge, and we'll beat West Ham, and we'll have him the rest of the season. This is the problem. See, this is the actual problem, is that we will likely have an intern manager for West Ham, and we will probably turn over West Ham. But we probably would have turned over West Ham with Gary O'Neill. It's not about the result. It's about the bigger picture. And our owners do not see the bigger picture. They see what's in front of them at the moment. Oh my God, we've got all these people watching in South Korea. Oh my God, look at all these people coming over from different countries. We sat next to German people the other day, and they were lovely, and fair play for them to coming over. That's great. I love that. You know what I mean? I couldn't be happier to see, you know, people from different countries getting involved with Wolves. I love it. It's great. But at the same time, if that's the only thing our owners give a shit about, we are going one way. One way. And it ain't up. Who do you want to potentially come in? Chad, honestly, mate, I don't know. I really don't know. But anyone that, with just a bit about them, like just Gary O'Neill at the moment, I'm not joking, right, is the like equivalent of imposter syndrome. That guy has imposter syndrome. But when you've got imposter syndrome, normally that means that actually the reality is you're not an imposter and it's just what you're thinking in your brain. This guy is an imposter. Do you see what I'm trying to say? This guy has imposter syndrome because he is an imposter. He's not in the right job. He's in the job where he should be years down the line with more experience. I'm going to say this now. There's a lot of channels that do Wolf stuff, and I think they're all fantastic. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not just saying that. Genuinely, I've met them all. They're all wonderful people and who do really amazing things for a community, you know, for a little community that we have. But a lot of them do not allow people to speak their minds and actually have free speech. Neil is one of these people. He said, gone out a long time ago, even when we were all glossing over that Fulham win and glossing over all these things. These lads, right, who've been banned in some chats, said what they needed to say, and they got banned and whatever and shut up, and it's just ridiculous. Like, these people make our club what it is. The people with actual brains and actually can go, right, okay, I'm not just going to go, acceptable, woo. At least there's no VAR in the Championship. Well, from what I've actually been told is that they're actually thinking about going using VAR in the Championship, because then it's in more stadiums, so that when they do cup things, these big teams like City can't complain that there's no VAR in certain stadiums. That's fact. So actually, be careful what you say, because genuinely that might be a thing. Can we just talk about... Can someone please, and I said this in the match review, can they contact the police and can they issue a search warrant for, well, not a search warrant, a search party for Mr. Tommy Doyle? What has Tommy Doyle done to Gary O'Neill, man? Has he slept with his wife or what? Like, what is going on there, guys? Because at one point, Tommy Doyle looked unreal. And all of a sudden, he's just been completely cast aside. I don't get that. I actually don't. Really bizarre. Let's talk about the things that went wrong today. Why in the hell, yeah? Why in the hell does Gary think it's a good idea to play a keeper that shipped 3 penalties, created 2 of them, when you've got 2 on the bench? And you've paid 10 million for 1 this season. And it's your signing. But just keep Sarr on. Cracking. Love that. What a great bit of management that is. And then why in the fucking hell is Lamina playing in defence? Why? You've got Totti on the bench. Say what you want against Totti. Say what you want. That geezer has played in defence a lot longer than Lamina has. So if you're going to play your defenders, you play him in the right place. Why are you putting Lamina there? Because it worked against Fulham, and now you're like, oh my god, he's a genius. Oh my god, he's played Lamina in defence, and he was, oh my god, ah. But then you look at the Bournemouth. Look at Bournemouth. He was absolutely dreadful against Bournemouth. Lamina was. So what the hell are you doing, putting him there again and putting Totti on the bench? Totti must be sitting there going, Sand, who's next to go in defence? So I mean, Kundal going in defence next. Put another midfielder there, like, just see what happens. I don't get it, guys. I really don't. I really, really don't. What has he said? What has Gary O'Neill said since coming out, by the way? I need to know. I need to know what he said since. What has he said since? Has he said anything? By the way, there's 2,090 of you here right now. Do me a big favour and like the video, guys, no matter what platform you're on. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Oh my god, no, don't. Please don't do this to me. Do not say this shit to me. Express and Star. Let me log into this. I'm gonna read it right to you now, so you don't have to pay money to access a thing. Oh god, here we go. Right. Are we sitting comfortably? I'm about to read what Gary O'Neill had to say after this actual dross. O'Neill said, I will back myself in any role given to get the most out of the group that we have in any role. I understand the drive for change from the supporters. You never know how many of them it is and what percentage it is. The negative noise is normally the loudest. You just lost 4-0 to Everton, who barely scored all season. The fuck are you on about? Of course it's the loudest. You idiot. He understands fully. The playing group is still together. I still have a lot of things we can do with this group to give it a better chance than it had this evening. By playing everyone in the wrong position and playing a goalkeeper that can't catch a football. I think the most people know the accurate situation of where we're at this moment. We've faced some difficulties since the window when I arrived. No shit. So spend 10 million on a goalkeeper you're not going to use. Great stuff. Consistently, we've not been able to get to the level, so the manager is responsible for that. True. It does take it on the chin, but still. Individual errors cost Wolves. Is that all he said? Oh, wait, there we go. It's basic stuff. We can't get the wall in the right place. Really basic stuff. Dude, you are on that training pitch all of the time, rain, snow, or shine, and you are telling me you can't get them to put the wall in the right position in a free kick. I don't think you're going to get a call from Donald Trump anytime soon because you can't build a wall for shit. We weren't able to cope with Everton's physicality, the long balls in the box, just unable to cope. There's an awful lot of work to be done to give the group a better chance in games coming next, and we'll try and find a way to give them more of a platform. We're giving away so many goals from situations that are fairly basic. It's really disappointing. Bournemouth a pressing team, we can't cope with that. Everton are a physical team and we didn't cope with that. So there's an awful lot that we need to get into. Try and find a way to give this team more of a chance on a consistent basis. Of course, we've found ways in recent weeks to be competitive in the 4 games that we managed to not lose. 4 games? Oh, God. Oh, my mistake. Guys, end the stream. We've stayed in 4 games this season. What am I thinking? Gary O'Neill in. He's got a point. You know, we glossed over that. Of course, we found ways. We are right now sat here this evening. It's a real tough blow for myself and the group and the supporters who deserve a big mention for the travel that they do and support that they've given me since I've been here. I understand their criticism. I'm happy to take full responsibility for my part in where the team is at the moment. Guys, what do you even say to that? I don't know if the comments have stopped working or whatever. I can't see any fresh comments, and there's 2,090 people here, so a little bit concerned that that's stopped working and it's crashed. But I mean, what do you even say to that? Like, you know what? I don't even have to bring any comments up. This is just an actual just joke. It's like they've bought a child to say to the press, right, you deal with them, and just pushed a child into the press because it's just shit that we've heard all season. He's like, oh, I know that I can find answers. Answers to what? How to defend? How to zonal mark? How to set up a wall? How to choose the right players? How to give players more opportunities that deserve it? Like, yeah, he's right. They are basic things, but they're not even football things, most of them. Most of them are just shit that you just know and do in the job role you've got. Like, this is just puzzling to me now. Like, I'm actually like at a loss for words, guys. I'll be honest. I'm at a loss for words. What to do? I can't see your live comments. I'm gonna have to like sort that out somehow. Bear with me. I'll have to join. Aha! It's all coming through now, guys. It's all coming through. Sorry. Goodness me. Where are we? Should start with Bentley, playing all his favourite players. He's playing all the players that are being told he's being told to play. Seen the video that's come out of Gary not clapping the Wolves fans and proceeds by shouts of wanker. You know, the more I think about this, the more I think that this is just some like Frankenstein monster that our owners have created, because he just sings to every tune that they do, every negative thing that they do. He just goes ahead and just goes along with it. Two keepers on the bench was O'Neill's tactical genius to try and three keepers on the pitch. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He looked like he was about to cry in the in the match interview. I told you, man, he's too young for this job, man. He's not even young. It's like he's too inexperienced to deal with this amount of pressure. And I admire the idea that he wants, he feels like he can keep going, but I just don't see it. How? Please explain to me how. He's the David Brent of the Premier League. Oh, Jesus Christ, I love that. That's great. Oh, the players aren't playing for him. And this is the thing. This was the argument, wasn't it? That the players were playing for him. So it was like, oh, we're still all Gary O'Neill in because obviously the players still like him and whatever. But what? What are the players even seeing at this point? When you can't even set up a fucking wall? My nephew, who is turning 10 soon, plays football, and I see him constantly adjusting the wall so that you know, oh my god, we do it on FIFA, guys. You know what I mean? Is he seriously commenting on the fact that they can't even do a wall properly? Has he seriously made that comment? Oh my god, man. I don't even, guys. Listen, I'm gonna have to go in a minute, but I just want to. I genuinely want to know what you guys are thinking. Like, what's next? What is next? The El Sacco. Listen, we need any single manager that can give us defensive stability. Lamina was the wrong man for the captain role, in my opinion. I actually think it should have been Semedo. I do. I think Semedo's got more of a voice, and I feel like Semedo's been here longer. I think Lamina, it's done exactly what he did to Kilman, and it's too big for him. He can't deal with it. He can't deal with it. This is a good point, actually. This is actually genuinely a good point. I think we are down. Do you guys think we're going to get relegated? Do you seriously think that? I think that, by the way, I do. Gary just said, I will work for the next hours or tomorrow morning to leave this club in the best possible shape. So is he gone then? He said it on BBC. I mean, you don't say that unless you're gone, do you, surely? That's like... that's kind of worrying. Listen, the only problem is, guys, is that there's more problems than just our manager. There is more problems than just our manager. Our owner is awful, guys. Awful. He is genuinely awful. He runs the club like a dictator. You don't know. You don't know the half of it. Honestly, this guy is awful. Sooty son, do you want to get on the show for 5 minutes if you're able? We need more people in it. We've got 2,448 people. Let's get Sooty on. If you're not able, it's fine. I understand. But if you can, we'd appreciate your output completely. Considering this is definitely without doubt the worst defeat this season for me, without doubt. So you got a lot to rant about, son, and you've got no reins here. You can go full pelt. Why did we sign Andre? So the reason we signed Andre is because we didn't want anyone else to have him. Genuinely, the actual reason we signed Andre is because we didn't want anyone else to have him. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's honestly the reason. 110 goals and conceded in 51 games. It goes past relegation fodder, doesn't it? Goes past relegation fodder, this does. I think GON might be gone, you know, guys. I think he might have been gone. I've just got word of something here that I can't say online, but I have a very sneaky suspicion that he's packing his desk. I've got a very sneaky suspicion that he's packing his desk. Now, let's put our minds in the future. Who do we get in? Who do we get in? Who do you want in? Kieran's going to Ipswich on the 14th day before my birthday. Even then, I'm debating whether to go or not, mate. That is that's going to be a fun game. Gary Neal under serious pressure for his position. Yeah, I've spoken to Liam. I haven't spoken, mate. I'm shot. I'm tired. All right, man. I've been at work all bloody day. I've seen on Twitter that Liam's spoken. Christ, I don't want to get quoted that I've spoken to Liam because I haven't spoken to Liam. But what I meant is I've seen that on Twitter. Jesus Christ. Don't even know what I'm saying. I'm literally losing my mind, guys. Actually losing my shit. We need a bounce and we will be okay. Listen, guys. What teams are in the Premier League now that you are genuinely confident that Wolves would win against? What teams? I can't think of any. Danny says Potter. Moyes wants the job. He's the best option. I genuinely would take Moyes now. I would. He's got experience. He's shown that he could. I hate that thumb so much. I hate it. What a stupid feature. He's got experience. You know, I don't understand why people. I've said it in my match review. I don't understand why people are like, "Well, he's a dinosaur. I want to see good football. You want to see us getting tanked 4-0 every week? Is that what you want to see? Because my blood pressure can't cope with that. So I'll tell you what, you can watch that, and I won't. Can't defend crosses. Oh, mate, honestly, he's going. He was shit against Southampton. That's the thing. Sam says Saints, end of list. We were shit against Southampton. We were trash. They were a better team against us in the first half. They were fucking dominating us. They should have been winning like 2 or 3-0. There's the real answer. No team. There isn't a team. It doesn't exist. There isn't a team that I'm confident on us beating. There's Chloe's got the same answer. ... Yeah. No defensive structure. Says Luke. Yeah, mate, honestly, the defending. What? Okay, here's another question. What teams are there in the Premier League currently, in this Premier League, that are as bad as us defending? Are we the worst team there is in the league for defending? I'm trying to get word of what's going on with Gary O'Neill and BBC. Sam Down. This is actually true. They actually do, man. They actually have a better defensive structure than we do. God. Oh man. Here's another question. If Gary O'Neill does leave, where do you think he'll get a championship job? Or do you think someone will tout him in the Premier League? Imagine if West Ham go for him, or any teams that are like struggling. We've always spoke about this, Luke, how Tommy Doyle don't get a look in. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Danny's hit the nail on the head there. All our midfielders trying to do the same job. League One is his level. Warsaw can have him. Honestly, I'd love to see him in a championship side. The thing is, like, I don't have a bad thing to say against the character of Gary O'Neill. He's a very intelligent, you know, very intelligent guy. Obviously, clearly, but this is not the right job for him now at all. Do you know what I mean? It's just not. Think about it. Do any of you guys own companies? Like, if you were to be in the shit and it was you were in a situation where you didn't have the ability to stop a company from going bust, then someone would sweep in and relieve you from that position. It shouldn't be any different because Gary O'Neill's come out to the BBC and said nice things. It shouldn't. He needs to just go. It's not working. I'd rather us play West Ham with a new manager now. Because the pressure of playing West Ham with our current manager and them having Yulan Lopetegui, they're going to be well up for it. It's time to go. Yeah. Come on, man. Let me see what you've said.
Gary, clearly a difficult night for you and your team. What can you say after a performance and a result like that?
There's not too much to say to make anyone feel better. But of course, we're going to be asked questions and we need to answer them. So, the first goal is, we won't see many youth teams concede that. I mean, we can't get the ball in the right place from a free kick against a side that are struggling for goal scoring, struggling for confidence. To give them that lift and that cushion at the start of the game is, another one in a catalogue of revenues. And then from that, we were able to cope with the physicality, balls in the box, set pieces, just not able to cope with long balls onto the back line, nothing fancy, nothing technical, and unfortunately the team weren't able to cope.
And coach, how do you legislate for the goals you are conceding? You've mentioned schoolboy defending. How difficult is it as a manager?
I mentioned the wall schoolboy. I didn't mention schoolboy defending at all.
You've looked like you've done
Yes, you did, bro. You used the word schoolboy.
the corner with a couple of draws, a couple of wins. What's happened since then?
No, we're fighting for everything. We're not getting to the level. We're not getting to the level where the group of players and the group of staff. We're not consistently getting to the level that's required to pick up Premier League points. And home to ball, you're going to press, and we don't cover the press. Whatever, you're going to play long balls. We don't cover long balls. So it's a ruthless league if you can't get to the level. And so far, consistently, we haven't been able to get to the level consistently enough.
What have you said to your players in the dressing room?
That doesn't need to come out here, but they know of my fault.
I wonder why. I wonder why you can't share anything that's been happening in the dressing room.
On the performance this season and our thoughts on the situation, and we'll work very hard on trying to make sure that we can get the best out of the group. We've tried numerous different combinations at the back, at the front. Totti endorsed, all three of them. Totti, Santi endorsed, Sani and Totti. And what we've gone with different goalkeepers, we've still not found a way.
Different goalkeepers. Sam Johnson gets ill. You throw Jose Sarr in there. He gives away 2 penalties and doesn't save 3 penalties, and he stays in goal. Different goalkeepers.
To keep the ball out of our net regularly enough. And then no matter how the rest of the game goes and some of the players that you have and all the chances that we missed at nil, it's relevant because there are a group of fans there that have travelled a long way today, that have supported me in this group for 15 months now. I really deserve better than what they've witnessed this evening. I'll never stop trying to play right. Of course, things can change, but as we stand, my focus is getting the group ready for West Ham.
Talking of that, after a scoreline like tonight, how much jeopardy do you feel your job is in at the moment?
I have no idea. But as I say, happy to take full responsibility for my part in where this team has reached at this moment. When I go over to the fans at the end, looking at them clearly and remembering some of the good moments that we've had, and how they felt last year when we were away at Chelsea and scoring 4, and we were away at Tottenham and winning, and we were away at our rivals West Brom and winning. And for a number of reasons that I'm happy to take the blame for my part, but reasons we're not able to get back to that level at this moment, and everybody's suffering.
How damaging does that feel? The table going into tonight?
There's a long way to go, an awful long way to go. So we lose the opportunity to have 3 points tonight. We get an opportunity to have 3 points on Monday, and the only concern is making the group more functional, making the group put a better platform to be able to be competitive. Because as we've seen, the frailties were exposed this evening without anything too complicated, just an aggressive team that put it on us a little bit and we can cope.
You mentioned the fans and the good moments that you've had. How did it feel going over there at the end and hearing some of the reaction from them?
I fully understand all of the criticism, and as I say, it's my responsibility. So I can't just go over there and smile when it's going well. So it will never change. Their criticism of me will never change how I feel about them. I appreciate their support from the moment I've been here. We've worked incredibly hard last season to avoid relegation by an awful long way, with a group that was written off by most of the nation. And we're trying our best again to do the same. We're trying everything we can, and I fully expect the group of fans and the fan base to be extremely disappointed, and that's where we are at this moment. And no matter how much criticism they give me, whenever it is that I leave this football club, I'll have real fond memories of this fan base and how much support they've given me in the group. I need to make my attention quickly to getting the group ready for Monday.
Gary, you said how great of a group that you've got in terms of their personalities, but you desperately need some help next month in the January window, don't you?
I think it would be bad timing of me to talk about anything other than the group that I've got and what we're trying to do with them. I think, I think we let people outside of here talk about the other stuff. My focus needs to be purely on this group and how we get the most out of them, because as far as I'm aware, the group's going to look very similar to this for the majority of the season. So we need to find a way to get the best.
Let me just rewind that back a second, guys.
What we're trying to do with them, I think, just quickly to getting the group ready for Monday. Talk about the other stuff. My focus needs to be purely on this group and how we get the most out of them, because as far as I'm aware, the group's going to look very similar to this for the majority of the season. So we need to find a way to get the best out of it.
Do you think you could get to January?
Me personally, I have no idea about it. The club's, it's a big football club, and my small part in it is really irrelevant. Whether it's me, whether it's somebody else, I will still work. So I will still work for the next few hours. I'll work tomorrow morning to make sure that it's left in the best place possible. And I'm happy to face all consequences that my team's performances lead to. But as I am, I'm ready to fight again on Monday. Ready to get straight back to work and fight again.
Interesting. Did you hear what he said there? He said that we're likely to have the same group for the rest of the season. Who'd be a Wolves fan? Honestly, who the hell would be a Wolves fan at this point? Jesus Christ. Listening to that, I genuinely think it's time to leave, my friend. It's time to leave. You know, it sounds to me like he's pretty much knows he's gone because of the fact he was mentioning all the good times that we've had as the fans and all this, trying to end it on a sugary sweet note. I just don't know what the hell to do from here, guys. I really don't. I don't see a manager that I'm really like rooting for, but at the same time I wouldn't be that bothered if we had someone, as long as they're defensively sound at this point. I just want to stop conceding so many fucking goals because it's just beyond a joke. It's just beyond a fucking joke. Listen, guys, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go to bed. But listen, it's been a class. 2,758 of you here right now on multiple platforms. Do me a big favour, go to YouTube, give us a subscribe. It's free. It does such a good job at making sure that we know we're doing the right things. I know. Put my hands up. Look, I haven't been able to edit the preview for today's game, and obviously the review. I didn't get to get into the studio to be able to do it properly, but do me best. Do me best. That's all we can do, innit? There you go. Something to end the night on. Go and watch the actual dross. I hate that thumb so much. How'd you get rid of that? Anyone tell me? Peter says I've been behind GON for a while, but tonight is mad. No decent centre back showed, no Forbes played, no urgency playing with the players, never moved the ball quick enough. We can't play from the back, it's proven. Oh bro, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing, my guys. But you know what? We're gonna be here regardless. Whoever takes charge, we're here regardless. Whether we get relegated all the way to fucking Division 2, I'm still gonna be here as a wolf. And hopefully you guys are going to be on along for that journey. Listen, stay safe, my guys, and have a good rest of your night, and have a good rest of your day as well. And it's on camera call settings. Legend, thank you. I'll check that out, James. Legend, thank you very much. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please tune in to the review that just went out. It would do me the pleasure, do me a good pleasure of that. And I'm not even using English language anymore because I'm that tired. So ladies, guys, all the best. Love you lots. See you later. Bye.